difficulties. And even some of my workers also suffer that because I knew they have this depression attack before, but it really fully recover, but it can be triggered again. So that's why I spend a lot of time to do some research, and also through my experience, I have come out with some of the solutions for you guys. So what is depression? Depression is much more than just a bad mood. It is a disorder that casts a shadow over a person's thoughts, their feelings, perceptions about the world, and their relationship with other people. I'm sure some of your friends or your family member, when they suffer depression, they don't like to communicate. They keep to themselves. They isolate themselves. It's like the world is like nothing interesting. They got no will to live anymore. So this makes living with someone who has depressed quite a challenging task. So researchers estimated that almost 1 out of 5 of us, and especially in the United States, they have done the research that 1 out of 5 will experience major depression at some point in their lifetime. So chances are you have a loved one who has experienced that disorder at one point or another. So depression looks different for different people. Top people might experience this intense sadness. Others may feel irritable, anxious, or angry, or demotivated, lonely, like to be isolated themselves. That constantly irritated friends who can't concentrate or sleep at night. He might actually be depressed. So somehow or other, we all, as long as we live in this world, I'm sure many of you have suffered from insomnia before, suffered from lethargy before, suffered from demotivated, no energy, suffer from chronic pain, suffer from loneliness, suffer from just don't feel like not motivated to do anything, just like to be antisocial. This may some form of depression also. So other signs to look for may include loss of interest, like I say, and activities that were once it was very fun and enjoyable. You look forward to the activities, and suddenly you just don't like it anymore. And then there is also changes in the sleeping and eating behavior, lost energy, and feel very sluggy and lethargic, feeling guilty or feeling hopeless, or even suicidal thoughts. Many of us may somehow or other, when we face difficulty, may have this side of suicidal thoughts. So depression can be severe and life altering, so affecting the quality of life and the happiness of those who live with it. Depression symptoms that may indicate the development of this disorder include constant tiredness, lack of energy, lack of motivation to participate in any activities. This symptom may be mild at the beginning, but can worsen over time, eventually affect our mood, our ability to work, and our ability to maintain relationship. And the most important thing also, we cannot concentrate, and also loss of memory. So depression can be occur as a result of genetic, biological, environmental, psychological factors that affect our neurotransmitter level. It can be triggered by many specific situations as a result of the accumulated life events that eventually take a toll and cause physical symptoms. I tell you some of the stories that I have encountered, some of my relatives. And one of my relatives, He suffered when she was, I think, maybe about 15 years ago. She suffered from depression, very serious depression. She just fear of anybody. She just like to hide herself under the table or don't want to talk to people. And then when I find out, and then one of my relatives came to me for help. How can I help her? Actually, she was suffer from a credit card debt that she had spend and can't afford to pay, and then the fine and also the compounded interest have skyrocketing the debts. And that worry her tremendously because she has two daughters, a husband, and she doesn't know what to do. And every day she worried and worried and worried, and until she reached a point that she's have chronic depression. So when I realized this, and straight away, I give my hand to help her and negotiate with the bank to have a discount. So after settling the debts, I tell you that surprisingly, her depression recovered very fast. So depression is not something that incurable or something that it cannot be reversed. It must be, it can be reversible when you know what causes the depression. The cause of a depression is the credit card debts. And then once the credit card debt is settled, then her worries is no more, and she become very happy, joyful. She live a normal life, and she never have get any attack before. Another one of my relative also, and she is the only daughter. Her mom had a very high expectation of her, and expect her to be beauty, clever, and look good. And got time she put on some weights. The mother keep on complaining, and she suffered very bad depression because she is a very good girl. She always want to live up to the expectation of a mom, and her depressions. I mean, the symptom is always stomach ache or headaches, a very severe stomach ache or headaches. And I realized that I encouraged her to come. The time I was living in Singapore, encouraged her to come to Singapore and study. And she lived with me for about a few years. And I never see her have any attack. Once she left her hometown and get out of Singapore, I never see, she's just like very normal, 100% normal. When she goes back to her hometown again, then she got attacked again. So I told the mom never allow her to just continue to stay here until she fully okay. Then now she's like now she continue to live in Singapore, happy, joyful, and live in her purpose. And she never have any attack anymore. In fact, these two cases was really very severe, very severe. Once you have any of the members who suffer from depression, it's important to take out what is the cause that triggered the depression. What's the cause that triggered the depression? And I got another staff, and my manager didn't tell me that this staff got depression before. I didn't realize that until before the COVID. Before the lockdown, he suffered very severe depression, and luckily we stopped business for about 2 years. And the reason because she stopped taking her medication, and she didn't eat healthy, and also her mother sickness issue that caused her death. So she was admitted to hospital for some months, and now she's back to work with me again, and she's very happy, and I see her, I like her a lot now. She's like even better than before, and that can be reversed. That can be reversed if we are doing the right thing, unless it's like inherited from the family. So normally, it caused by situation it can be reversible. It's not difficult. Now she eat healthy, She keep herself occupied with the jobs, and she regulating her medication. It's like, yeah. So don't worry about when you're having this sort of problem. You always keep in mind that it become permanent. No, it can be reversible. You never have get attacked again. So depression, also known as a major deprive deprive you deprive you depressive disorder. It is a mental health disorder that negatively affect how a person feel, think, and act. So there's a trusted research from the Global Health Data Exchange estimated there are about 251 million to 310 million people worldwide suffer from depression. While depression is very common, it is also very fortunately that it can be treatable. It can be treatable, especially with this COVID, and then now is fight again, and also the Iraq war that causes more people into depression, especially in the European country, America. We are Asians. We are Asian country, and considered quite lucky. We are in Malaysia and Singapore and Indonesia. All these Asian countries considered quite lucky. Yeah, nothing major things happen. Our oil is still quite cheap, still bearable. A little bit of inflation can't be avoided. So I'm very blessed that we are living in this part of the world, that we can avoid all these issues. So the most common sign of the symptom of depression is that include a feeling of emptiness and sadness inside. Feeling empty and sad can sometimes be physically very visible. And those affected with depression will often have feelings of negativities. They blame, keep on blaming, and they also have, normally they have very low self-esteem. Sadness is often felt with feelings of emptiness, disinterested, and lack of motivations to complete activities of a daily living. So it's also common to feel useless, and therefore people who develop depression tend to isolate themselves from their family. And in more serious cases, contemplate solutions like suicide. And what inspired me to go into these topics? I have a recent experience with one of my new staff that came to work with me, and a very motivated young man. I didn't know he has this chronic depression. He has depression disorder before. The mom had told me before, but I didn't realize that that's so serious. So in fact, when he came to us, he was very joyful. And probably he away from town. He was from Penang. He away from town. He feel lonely, and the case was more serious when I was away for 1 month, and he got nobody to turn to, and the whole apartment he's alone. He feel insecure, and didn't eat well, didn't exercise, didn't go to the sun, and close the window without oxygen, that causing this attack. So that's the reason why I did very deep studies and how I can help him. I believe that I am able to help him because I have some solutions. If he's willing to get help, if he's not willing, I can't do anything. As long as he's willing to listen to me, I can definitely help him. If he doesn't want to listen to me, nothing I can do. Okay, so people who suffer from depression also reduce interest activities they used to enjoy. As I said earlier, it's one of the major signs of depression. If your family member, some of your family member are used to like doing something like hobby, suddenly they lost interest in the hobby, you have to take note on that. and it's normally present right at the beginning of this disorder and can worsen as the depression develops. So this is the indication of the initial stage of a depression. So have to look up for that. And also nowadays youngsters have gone through tremendous pressures. Like recently, there's one case, the Ernst and Young accountant lady who jumped herself from the 10th floor from the office because she was so stressed out. I'm sure she has suffered from depression. Otherwise, she would not have made that decision just to jump off like that. She just got married about less than a year and got a good job. So this is a sad story. So depression also has taken a lot of life. Many committed suicide. There was one case during the lockdown when Kuala Lumpur was suffering from flood, and many people donated the food bank, and in our area. One of these successful businessmen, he drove his Mercedes, very expensive car, to go to the food bank to get food. So a lot of people scolded him, pointing at him and scolded him. You're so rich, and then you still want to deprive the poor people from this food bank. You know what happened? The next day he committed suicide. This is a true story. This is a true story because my cousin involved in the food bank and he knows this case. Yeah. Because he could not take it anymore, he lived in shame and guilt. So look up to the sign before it gets worsened, especially the children, especially your family member, your brother and sister. When they're in the early stage, then easily can fix. So in addition, interested in participating activities, then once, and they let's say they love to watch movies, they love being with friends, going to the party, and just disappear without any explanation. Don't know why. Don't know why. I do have certain stages where Aaron asked me to go to the park and walk. I said no. During my lockdown in Singapore 2 years, they always pull me out to go to the park. He always very enthusiastic. He always very excited at all times. Aaron is like, I really admire him. He always excited about anything. And he always pull me. I said no, I feel tired. I don't like to go. He pulled me to go to swim. I also don't want to swim. I just don't feel like doing anything. This is also the certain stage is the depression, but it's a very mild form of depression. Yeah. So I'm in this area. I able to pull myself out very easily. Just get myself into doing something I'm passionate about, evolve. So for doing like this type of training, although it's once a month, I really enjoyed it. It gave me the motivation, it gave me the excitement to do my work and present to you guys and what I gather from my experience, the knowledge I gain to share with you what is good, how do you overcome a difficult situation, how can you take advantage of the law of prosperity to benefit your life, and so that your life can be very smooth and effortless. I believe in effortless success. I don't believe in working very hard and working very long hours to achieve success. And I just reopened my loving heart again. That's why I'm so busy with my loving heart. And I couldn't get the manager yet. I became the manager. I gave myself 6 months. And I still short of one full time in the kitchen, one full time at the bar. I'm sending this message to the universe. And I just got it. I just got it. When I let go, I don't think about it, it just came to me. So letting go is the most powerful way to get whatever you want. So lacking energy and constipated is one of the very important signs of depression. And if you see any of your friends, your relatives used to be very calm and positive and suddenly felt very irritable and feel sad and common develop this irritability and have impatient and hostile. This is also a symptom. Okay. So pain and other physical changes, and that happen to every one of us. People frequently occur with depression due to poor sleep pattern, sleep disorder, changes in mood. Other physical feelings that can occur with depression are chest tightness, and feeling of heaviness in the leg, in your leg, due to hormonal changes associated with depression. Some people can even report hair loss, brittle fingernails, and head aches, stomach pain, vomiting, and trauma may also occur. Are also often recognized as psychosomatic symptoms of depression. Psychosomatic means imaginary sickness. This is no real sickness. It's like imaginary. The sickness is formed by the belief. So sleep disorder, and one of the most common and very major contributor to depression, which means that when you difficult to go to sleep and wake up in the morning around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and until unable to fall asleep again until like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. This contributes to the fatigue experience. It happened to me before also, and quite frequently. When I have this type of problems, I know I'm hungry. When I couldn't sleep, I know some people cannot sleep when the stomach is full or something like that. I don't want my stomach to be full. When I cannot sleep, I know I need to take something. So I just get up, and even like 2 a.m., I just get up and get my favorite drinks before I go to sleep is like sesame with walnut. Sesame walnut drinks. That's my favorite. I just have a cup without sugar. Have a cup, then within that go back to sleep. Within like 10-15 minutes, I fall asleep. So maybe you can also do that. Have a warm drinks, have a hot drinks before you go to sleep. When you cannot sleep, don't continue to stay in the bed. When after 1 hour, you try to sleep, you still cannot sleep. You don't try to continue to force yourself to sleep. It won't work. It's better for you to get out and do some reading and do some stretching and do some listening to some soft music or have a hot drink. Then you go back to sleep. Never try to stay in the bed for about 2-3 hours. That will become a very that will make you very phobia in insomnia. Okay. People who suffer from depression, you can see that they are no appetite to eat. They may even eat 1 meal a day. I have seen cases like people suffer from depression, 1.5 days never eat anything. They hardly drink any water also. So a loss of appetite or change the weight due to depression is a result of many symptoms. They are working at the same time. For example, a person with depression can end up losing weight because they avoid meals for several reasons. They do not have energy to get up in the morning. They feel pain. They're irritated. It's common for people with depression to eat just 1 meal a day, and sometimes don't even eat. Not every day lah, but they can skip the meal for 24 hours. Usually the loved ones are the ones that insistent and helping them to fill out the stomach. Lack of concentration can emerge from depression, as well as memory loss, persistent negative thoughts, and indecision. And these are very common nowadays in this even like business world, people who are working in the day-to-day jobs. They also suffer from this, lost memory, persistent negativity thoughts, especially people who have suffered from COVID before. And I heard many of these cases like they do have their memory lost in certain moments, and they can't recall certain names, and they can't recall certain incidents for a short period of time, not for a long time, but they can the the mind, the brain is not as agile before, like very smart before. It's like a little bit of lethargic, a little bit of slow in action. And this something can easily be recognized. So look into that also. Thoughts of death and suicidal. So the combination of all depression symptoms can lead a person to have a thoughts of dying and suicidal. So as many of the symptom experience can lead to someone to think that there is no reason to live. A depressed person may rationalize that death is a solution to escaping the situations they are in. And I just heard from my daughter's one of her classmates also probably he suffered from depression. He's finding an excuse that he's a Christian. He said, since I'm already baptized, once I'm baptized, when I die, I'll go to heaven. Why I have to wait so long to go to heaven? I can do it anytime. So my daughter and her friends tried to pursue him, tried to argue the point. And he was participating in the point. And so moments later, he went to Malaysia and just disappeared. Never seen him anymore. Probably he's taken his life, or I don't know what happened, or don't know what happened. So it had been more than 10 years already. Still, the family have not seen him since then. Alcohol and drug abuse as a big contributor, especially you can hear story about America, a lot of people dying on the street, and because of depression, a lot of people also using drugs as a temporary relief, and they then get themselves addicted to it. They have no return anymore. So slow thinking, one of them. So it is possible to prevent depression even if you already have previous episode. Medication and psychotherapies are effective for most people with depression. So your primary care, it's very important to look for your doctor and psychiatrist can prescribe medication to relieve the symptoms. However, many people with depression also benefit from seeing a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or others mental health professional. So there are many lifestyle changes and stress management techniques that can use to prevent or avoid depression. There are certain triggers they can use can cause to experience depression episode. While trigger may be different from everyone, there are some of the best techniques you can use to prevent or avoid depression relapse. So I realized that exercise is very, very important. Exercising regularly is one of the best things you can do for your mental health. Exercise can help in the treatment and prevention of depression in several ways. Nowadays, because of in the olden days, in our parents, grandparents, they got no choice. They have to work very hard. They have to walk long distance. They have a lot of things are using physical. But nowadays, everything is shortcut. People don't have to walk a lot. They don't have to even upstairs and downstairs. And everything is like washing machine, like drying up also no need put into the dryer. Washing dishes also use a dishwasher. Everything is like lack of movement, lack of exercise. So the muscle is getting weak and our blood circulation is stagnant. So exercise can help in the treatment and prevention of depression in several ways. So increase your blood temperature, which can have a calming effect on your central nervous system. It releases chemicals like endorphins, which can boost your mood. It reduces immune system chemical that may worsen depression. All types of physical exercise can help treat depression, but it's best to exercise regularly. And the best thing is to do lymphocyzing. Lymphocyzing, you don't have to really have to go to the gym and have a strenuous exercise or jogging. Just a slow walk and dancing in the morning, and some shaking, some stretching. That can, while watching TV, just stand up, do some shaking, and stretching also can help a lot. And cut back on the social media time. Research shows that increased social media usage can cause or contribute to the depression and low self-esteem. Social media can be addictive and necessary to stay connected with family, friends, and co-workers. So I also realized that there are certain points that during lockdown, I also addicted to the news. And every day I check how many people are affected by the COVID, and then Ukraine war, I also get affected by that. That also no good. You should cut back on that one. So when I realized that, I shift to some of the TikTok and some of the area about, I'm so passionate about learning about the Tao Te Ching and the Yi Ching. So when I realized I spent so much time on those like news, I will shift my channel to learning more about effortless success and some of the book summaries. There are a lot of social media, they read good books. Instead of reading hours of books, you can complete the whole book in just half an hour. That's the best thing I can learn. Okay. So what you can do is delete all the social apps from the phone. Using a website blockers extensions can let you use certain sites for a preset amount of time, only going to social media with the purpose, avoiding logging on several times a day just for something to do. So build strong relationship is very important. Having a strong support system and active social life is important for our mental health. And having acceptable social support can protect against depression. So you see, Aaron and myself always have a bonding with the family. And Aaron and myself travel a lot before the pandemic. We used to have about 1 time or 2 times bonding with Aaron's mom, my daughter, and 2 of us. We go to travel the other part of the world, lock ourselves for 1 or 2 weeks together. Yeah, day and night. Yeah, it was really fun. Really fun. So make sure that you regularly connecting with friends and family, even your life are busy. Attending social events when you can, and find new hobbies that could help you to meet some new people. Also can help you to build new relationships too. And to manage stress, you can also avoid overcommitting to the task in hand. Practice mindfulness meditation is the best thing. I know myself have we have been mentioned to you, 2 of us do a lot of meditation. We spend about 2 to 3 hours a day on meditation. What is the benefit of meditation? Meditation really helps us to detach ourselves from anything. Although things happen, we will not emotionally get affected so badly. And because we detach with money, we detach with power, we detach with our fame and our ego, we detach ourselves. So anything happens, we just accept it and how we can overcome the situation. So if you are not happy with your life, try to practice some mindfulness. Maybe you can read the book of The Power of Now. Oprah Winfrey, he told us that Power of Now save a life. Power of Now save a life. She had bought hundreds of books and give it to friends, and she placed the Power of Now in the toilet, in the guest room, in the living room, in the kitchen, is everywhere. So meditation is a very powerful tool to allows you to live a very peaceful and relaxed life. That's my personal experience. That's my personal experience. So before my meditation, I used to be before I learned about doing this kind of meditation, I used to be very sad and not happy person. I don't know why I'm living in this world, and even suicidal. But I never told anybody. And before when I was younger, because I don't know why I'm in this world. Although I don't have financial issue, I don't have love issue, I don't have like I have a lot of freedoms to do what I want. It's just that I I don't know why. I don't know why. Because I do not get I do not I have not find my real reason for living until I got it in 1993. My life just totally changed to 360 degrees. Now I live a very blissful life. Whatever happened in me, it doesn't affect me very much. Even I have everybody still suffers some setback, some failures. Even I talk about it doesn't affect me at all. I just take it as a journey. I just take it as one of the experience how I can learn from that. So practice mindfulness is very important. This is one of the best way to improve your mood, reduce stress and anxiety. And practicing mindfulness can be simple, like taking a walk and taking notes of your surroundings, keeping gratefulness journal, listening to music, or just slowing down your breathing. Yoga and meditations classes are also very great way to practice mindfulness. If you can master the mindfulness, I tell you, you are not living in the future, you are not living in the past, you are just living in the now. So when you are living in the now, you don't have to worry about the future, you don't have to feel guilty about the past. So if you want to know more about practice mindfulness, just buy the book from Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Or you can also download the audio file from YouTube. It's available free of charge. Okay. Maintain a treatment plan. If you already experience one depressive episode, there's maybe a decent chance that you will experience another. That's why maintaining your treatment plan is so important. This includes continue your prescription medication and never stop them abruptly. Never stop them abruptly, just like that. Like one of my friends, he stopped it just abruptly because he think that taking the medicine is harmful to his body. That's why he stopped taking that. Having maintaining visit with your therapists and often and consistently practice the strategies and coping mechanism in your therapy have taught you. So getting plenty of sleep and getting plenty of high quality sleep is necessary for both mental and physical health. People with insomnia have tenfold risk of developing depression compared to those who don't. So having a sleep disorder, have to take care of it. And the best way to take care is sleep early. Try to sleep before 10 o'clock. It happened to me when I sleep before 12 o'clock, I always doze off very easily. If I have to work very hard, I go to sleep after 1 o'clock, I may have some difficulties in going to sleep. Then I have to get up myself and get a hot drink, then I can get back to sleep again. So melatonin is one of the best way to help you to go to sleep. And melatonin, a lot of people say is a sleeping pill. Melatonin is not a sleeping pill. Melatonin is what helps you, is a form of hormone that trigger your sleep. Then according to doctors, melatonin, you can take it long time for your lifetime. It doesn't hurt you at all. In fact, it helps you to develop the hormone that is essential for your sleep. So before you sleep, as many experts have said, don't look in the screen 2 hours before go to bed. And meditate before you go to bed. Have a comfortable mattress, very important for me. I spend many hours in the mattress. I always very treat myself with a very comfortable mattress. So some people cannot take caffeine after 3 p.m. or after lunch, but I'm okay. I take cafe, I suggest it. Stay away from toxic people, very important. We all met that person who just make us feel bad about ourselves. Sometimes they are outright bully, and other times they are subtly put us down to make themselves feel better. There may even be someone who take advantage of us, regardless of the specific situation. Toxic people should be avoided at all costs. They can lower our self-esteem. I'm very good at avoiding toxic people. One time meeting, I don't like the person, I will not want to meet the person anymore. Yeah. So avoid toxic people. You should stay away from anyone who make you feel worse about yourself. And also toxic people, when you go near them, you feel very agitated because the vibrational energy is very low. You feel very uncomfortable. When you try to speak to someone, you feel very tired. Keep on yawning, and you're not interested in listening to the person. That means the person it can be a toxic people, and they can have a low vibrational energy. They may not be toxic. They may not be toxic. They are good person, but then the person have a very low vibrational energy and sucking your energy. Sometimes when you speak to a person, you energize. Sometimes you speak to a person, you just feel very tired and keep on yawning. I'm sure you do have experience before. I'm sure also you sit in the train, sit in the bus, and then you feel like the energy from the other side is so strong. I'm very sensitive because I'm meditators. I can feel the person energy very easily. That's why I don't like to go to the crowded places. Cut them out who like to take advantage of you. And one thing is like eating well is very important. And I realized one thing. When a person, I already do a survey quite a number of people. If a person don't take breakfast, chances of getting gallbladder stone is very high. If you don't take breakfast, chances of getting gallbladder stone is very high. A person who get gallbladder stone is not the person who eat a lot of fatty stuff. No, because the gallbladder is supposed to do the job, and there's no stuff, no material for them to do their job, so they formulate crystal. And I'm one of them. For many years, I don't take breakfast. Probably also reduce weight, and I so used to not taking breakfast, I don't feel hungry at all. I got gallbladder stone. So I couldn't figure out why I have this. I don't eat fatty food at all. I avoiding all the fatty food. I eat healthy oil. Why I'm getting this? Then when I do my research on that, I keep on asking people, do you have breakfast? Have you checked whether you have gallbladder stone? And several people told me that they got gallbladder stone because they never take breakfast. So don't avoid breakfast anymore. Now, since then, I never avoid breakfast anymore. There are ways also you can get rid of your gallbladder stone naturally. Don't have to be operated. So every one of us have about 2,000 stones in our body. In the kidney, in the liver, in the gallbladder, there are a few thousand stones. So there are way to purge it out. You just from the Google check, there are formula for you to purge it out with the Epsom salt, with olive oil. It does help. I done it before. It does help. Okay. So to prevent depressions with your diet, you should eat balanced meals with protein, lots of fruits and vegetables. Very important to reduce high sugar and high fat food. You want to eat fat, you eat good fat. Eat good fat. You want to have high sugar, take the sugar substitutes. Like I will share with you what are the sugar substitutes. For me, my family member, majority of them got diabetic. I'm the only one who didn't get it because I aware that if I continue with the same lifestyle that they have, I will get it. One thing, I'm a full-time. I've been 29 years of vegetarian and vegan, and I don't really take white sugar or brown sugar. I take what type of sugar? I take stevia. I take molasses. I take like the what do you call the Chinese? A palm sugar also very good. Palm sugar, I think this is very low in carbohydrate. So palm sugar, molasses sugar, maple syrup. So I use all these substitute to replace sugar diet. Okay. So incorporate your food with omega-3, 6, 9. If you want to know more about the benefit of omega-3, 6, 9, and you can go to, I can share, I had interviewed Dr. Udu. Dr. Udu is the one who creator of Udu oil, the creator of Udu oil, and he came to Malaysia. I have an opportunity to have an interview with him. I did a very thorough question on him about how we can benefit, especially people who are vegan or vegetarian diet. Maybe I can put up the link in the chat, so you can copy the link and
posted the link.
Huh?
Posted
you posted the link, huh? Oh, thank you, Aaron. So I asked very good questions, and it's quite educational. And very important for those people who are doing the medication. Read the prescription medication side effect carefully. And I'm talking about this young boy, and I've been checking about his progress. So I asked the mother, give me the medication that he has taken. I have a check. I realized that the doctor gave him 4 types of medication. The 3 types is okay. The 1 type, I do not know why. I don't know why the doctor gave it to him. It's called the clonazepam. It's used to prevent control seizure. He doesn't have seizure. Why the doctor gave him the seizure medication? This medication is used to treat panic attack. He doesn't have panic attack, but it does calm your brain and nervous system. But what is the side effect? The side effects of clonazepam has a risk for abuse and addiction. Long-term usage of this medication have addictions, which can lead to overdose and also die, like drugs. It can be dangerous. So it's very important. Don't take for granted whatever the doctor gives you. You have to consume it. Check. It's so easy for you to do online check. What is the side effect? What is the side effect? And because the doctor don't even care about the side effect. The side effect they counter with another drugs to overcome the side effect, and then this side effect you use another drugs to counter the side effect. So the doctors just listen to the pharmacies or the drug pusher, tell them this drug is good for that, and the side effect is not their business. So it's your business. So you better take care and find out exactly what is the side effect, whether worthwhile for you to continue taking it or for a long term, okay, or to look into other substitutes. And every one of you do agree with me, reducing the alcohol and drugs use, excessive use of alcohol and drug use is not only associated with higher risk of depression, and limit the intake and limiting any drugs use as safely as possible. So getting rid of the smoking and depression can potential to each other. Any types of nicotine can act as a depression trigger. So I would like to touch how you can recognize the depression relapse, how to cope. Treatment can help resolve depression symptoms, but like many conditions, treatment doesn't necessarily mean cure. Depression symptoms can relapse. Relapse is when symptoms recur after at least 4 months of being depression-free. So these relapses are common. One study found that 50% from the trusted source that all people who are treated their depression will have at least one more attack during their lifetime. So symptoms of depression relapse are persistent, like I said before, persistent feeling of sadness, loss of interest in activities once they enjoy, change in appetite, weight loss or weight gain, trouble sleeping, or sleeping too much, also bad for health. I'm sure you realize that when you sleep more than 10 hours, when you wake up, you feel headache, you feel like demotivated, you feel like don't feel like doing anything for the day when you overslept. Okay. Loss of energy and increase your fatigue and increase physical activities such as pacing, slow movement, and also speech, lost memory, decreased confidence in self-esteem, and being negative, pessimistic, and life is meaningless, self-harmful and suicidal thoughts or actions. How to prevent? How to prevent? First of all, take care of your body. Happiness and health create a positive feedback loop. Improving one automatically improve the other. The way you eat, the way you breathe, move, and rest can help release endorphin and other happiness chemicals that make you feel better while encouraging the creations of immune booster T cells. So when your cells are happy, you are happy. So happiness is the most important things that help you to prevent. Because when you are happy, everything go fine. Your cell is like growing in healthy cell, and you have a good relationship, you have a good job, you are optimistic about life. So what's important thing we should every moment seek for happiness. And in the last few episodes, I think I did 2 or 3 episodes about happiness generator, how to generate happiness for a lasting effect. If one issue comes to you, you have a temporary setback. When you are happy for no reason, you can overcome it easily. What I have shared with you is like just raise your happiness set point. Once it's like the temperatures, when you set your temperatures to about 21 degrees, even suddenly there are a lot of people coming into the room, and suddenly the temperature increases to 24, 25. After some time, eventually the temperature will go back to 21 degrees. Similarly, when you raise your happiness set point, the setback may be just temporarily, eventually you will bounce back very easy. So exercise regularly, believe or not, exercise is essentially a natural anti-depressants to get the most out of your workout. So sometimes like guys like to do some weightlifting and cardio exercise, which has shown to be even more beneficial, just one or other. So exercise help boost your mood because it releases the endorphin in your brain, which make you feel better. Exercise also help your brain make neural connections. When you feel very lethargy, you feel like no mood, just take a walk. Just take a walk. Because as I said, Aaron used to he's always take a walk early in the morning. Sometimes I feel lethargic, always some back pain. He always like pull me to a walk. After a 1 hour, 1.5 hour walk, I came back energized again. My whole day is like very positive and happy. So exercising, eating right, and taking care of your body can limit the chance of recurrence. So get the right amount of sleep. And amount of sleep is like not necessarily have to be at least 8 hours. I only slept for about every day I sleep about 6 hours. That's enough for me. Some people 4 hours, some people 5 hours, some people 8 hours. That depends. Okay, but sleeping early can have a better energy. If you have been every time you sleep 7 8 hours, you still don't have enough energy. Try to sleep early. Sleep early, maybe like before 10 o'clock. If you sleep before 10 or before 12 o'clock, any hours, let's say you sleep at 10 o'clock until 12 o'clock, the equivalent to 4 hours of sleep if you sleep after 12 o'clock. In other words, if you sleep at 9 o'clock, by 12 you would have a 6 hour rest instead of you sleep from 12 to 6. It's only 6 hours. If you have sleep from you have slept from 9 to 12, you already have that amount of sleep, like almost 6 hours of sleep. So again, I've been talking about eating healthy, rich in vitamins, nutrients, omega, can helpful to regulate the mood and also balance the mood. You are what you eat, after all. If you eat healthy, you feel healthy inside out. Okay. Remember to have a chance to go to Dr. Udo interview, then you will learn a lot how the omega-3, 6, 9 can help you. So for people who are vegetarian or vegan, it's also very good to take vitamin B12, very important. If you find that you are having chesty, heart not so good, not so healthy, and then the memory not so good, probably you may be or a negative, a slight depression, maybe you are lacking in the B12. Check out the B12. If you are deficiency in B12, what is the consequences? So getting the B complex and B12 is very important. B complex also is a muscle relaxant. It helps you, it boosts your energy, and also it helps to and relax your muscle also. So on top of eating right and exercise, will ensure you that the body is setting your map up for success. So taking care of your mind, focus on having a positive attitude. Much of life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you like, you are going to, if you like, you are going to feel to avoid spiral yourself down, work on thinking. You have to work reverse, work positively. This will make a living day to day infinitely easier. Infinitely easier. It's like trading. If you not in the positive mode, you feel that you are negative, you are not inspired, you feel tired, you are not very optimistic about this world, or not optimistic about life, not optimistic about the market, steer away temporarily from the trade. It's not good for you because you may not have the right mindset to do it. Even you may be lucky to win one or two trades, eventually you will still affect the market because you don't have the right mindset. You will have a counter intention because you don't believe that you will be successful. You will self-sabotage. Subconsciously, you will self-sabotage yourself to make what you believe is realistic, is real. So it will make it happen. Okay. So if you catching yourself thinking negative, try to reverse it, and I'm going to think about that. If you think about it negative, that creeping in your mind, that disturbing you, you tell your mind that, okay, I accept it. I'm going to think of it tomorrow. I'm going to think about it later or tomorrow. And then you will know what happened. Tomorrow you forget what it is. You forgotten about it. Every time when I want to go shopping, I because I don't want to carry so many things, I said I will come back to you later when I go to this shop. I'll come back, but I never go back. Almost 9 out of 10, I don't go back. Even At the beginning, I sincerely really wanted to go back, but eventually I've forgotten about it. I don't go back. So don't blame yourself. Take everything on your shoulder. Don't take everything on your shoulder and do everything that goes badly as your fault. In this lifetime, nobody is bad or good. Always feel that if something bad happened to you, there is also a reason. What is the reason? What is the lesson for me to learn from this bad experience? Even good experience. What is the lesson I learn so that I can do it again and again? What is good, you can continue doing it again and again. And same by trading. If you are successful in the trade, find out why you are trading successfully. That means you are doing the right thing. Then you continue doing the right thing. Why you lose money? Probably you are doing the wrong thing. And then once you identify that, you don't do it again. Yeah. That's exactly when Maren having some experience one time, two times, three times, she got the experience again. She said, okay, I will not make it, I will avoid certain time, certain things that give me a negative result. I don't do it. And but if it's positive, she will continue to do it again. You also can, it's very important to take care of your heart. First of all, take care of your body and take care of your mind, take care of your heart. People who let love lead in their life experience a sense of expansion. They experience openness. They experience connections. This is the ways to let love lead more in your life. So you should be practice gratefulness. You should practice compassion. You should practice generosity. You should practice forgiving. Practice kindness and caring. And try to volunteer yourself, helping others, keep yourself busy, your mind buzzing with positivities, and help you feel good about yourself and the world around you. So when you are not happy with life, just go to visit some of the homes, party children home, and see these people. As you compare to them, you are so much lucky than them, and help them, make them happy. See, I'm very happy when I make other people happy. Frankly speaking, when I make other people, I'm more happy. When I make other people happy, I'm more happy. So, and the fourth part is taking care of your soul. Every person experiences spirituality in a unique way. However, you preserve your connections to the power greater than yourself. Tapping into this inner source is a key to a richer, more rewarding and happier life. So how to take care of your soul? Take some time for stillness and meditation. Seek out source of inspiration. Listen to the voice of an inner knowing. Only when you quiet down your mind, then you only have this like gut feeling, calling, or what do you call it? Common sense. It's certain gut feelings that you have is like only when you quiet down. When you are so noisy, the universe wanted to give you the message, give you the warning, give you the good news. You won't receive it because you're so noisy. Only when you quiet down your mind, you can listen to it. Pray and surrender. Prayer is very important because the universe will not know what you want until you pray, until you say it out loud, until you repeatedly saying what you want. And that message will connect with your subconscious mind. Only your subconscious mind can connect with the universe. This brain mind can no longer the conscious mind equivalent to your computer, your hardware. There's no way you can connect to without the internet access. There's no way you connect. It's only stand alone. What goes in, what goes out. Let me see the tree. Sorry, my battery is off. Okay. What goes in, what goes out. Only when you taking good care of your subconscious level. You nourish your subconscious level. You elevating your subconscious level, vibrating in the higher consciousness. Then only you get what you want, because your power of connections with the universe is so powerful. The universe will give you everything you want, you ask for, only when your signal is good. When your signal is distorted, when your signal is weak, you pray and pray, pray and pray, you're going to get the results. And most of the times when I surrender, I got it. When I try praying so hard because I'm forcing myself to get what the universe is going to give me, I may not get it. I just ask, believe, and let go. Ask, believe, and let go. So when most of the time when miracles happen to me, when I let it go, when I surrender. And you have to trust in the higher power and feel you are connected to the larger whole. So you are connected with the universal force. Believe that everyone have a very powerful, it's like every computer also can connect to the internet. Every computer nowadays. It's like us. Each one of us is connected to the universal power. If you only when you can get it when you are elevating your higher consciousness. When in your low vibrational energy, lower consciousness, the connection is very weak. Yeah. So the next part is life inspired by purpose. Living inspired by purpose connect you to what you feel is meaningful in life. When you discover your passions and feel that your contributing is serving others, you are creative, you are enthusiastic, you feel very fulfilled. Success is not the key to happiness. Success is the key to happiness. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. You can infuse your life with a sense of meaning and purpose by acting from inspiration, being in the flow and engaged. I always talk about the flow, Wu Wei in the Tao Te Ching. Act without, act without acting. So feeling passionate about what you do, whatever, being service to others, and work on your passions to find the outlet and to cultivate your self-esteem. Filling your time with things that you enjoy and you are good at, really the only way you should spend your time. Not only does it help you find the outlet, and but also feel good about yourself, having mastered the key. So don't have one that come to mind. Wait, this is the perfect reasons to pick up the hobby that you always pick up but never had time. So whether it's piano, painting, or anything like handicraft or whatever, you are the only one standing in your way. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. So manage your stress is like yoga. Yoga have been tested and proven. It does helps to relax and also elevate your assistance. And acupuncture will help. Meditation will help. Even I do play some video games to activate my mind. So I also have fun. Sometimes when I feel stressful, I go to my games. And if I get a point, I can build my gardens. It's sometimes fun. It's like, don't be too hard on yourself. Oh, you are at this age, you're still playing video games. And I just enjoy it sometimes. I have fun myself. I don't care. It's important for someone not just who run the risk of depression to have a de-stressing habits to burst your stress level. Consider taking up yoga, Pilates, meditation, have some acupuncture to realign your chi level. Hypnosis, hypnotherapy, self-talk therapy. Self-talk therapy is like it's called affirmation. Affirmation is very, very powerful. Even just taking time out regularly with your friends also helps. So try at least take out at least allocate yourself with half an hour a day. Oh no, sorry, 15 minutes or half an hour a day, sitting quietly every day. Even sitting in the office chair and just zoom out. And statistics have shown that you will have a power nap that enhance your productivity a lot. That's why in China, most of the workers after lunch they have a power nap. Just 10 minutes, 20 minutes power nap have enhanced your productivity a lot. So the last but not least, you need to cultivate acknowledging your relationship, connect with others, create appropriate boundary. What do I mean? It's like set a boundary. Don't allow that people who are putting negativities in you or wasting your time and think of one thing. So you set a boundary. How to say no to people? Yeah. Give from your own fullness. Sometimes I do see some of the people, they are very generous to others, but never generous to themselves. But some of them very generous to themselves and very stingy to others. You need a balance between the give and take. Give and take. When you take, you're also having others a chance to give. When you give, you also give other chance to receive. So give and take. I also know one friend who only like give, never take. When I try to give back, they will refrain from me and don't want to see me anymore. This is also can consider a selfishness. You only give without taking, also consider a selfishness. So think of what you are grateful every day. Thinking positively is so much more easier than done. If you do it regularly, it's not that difficult. Maybe 1 or 2 days being grateful for what you have. At the end of the day, you may find it very difficult to find 3 gratefulness, but eventually you will have 10 or 20, anything that make you pretty happy. I'm grateful that somebody got me lunch today. I'm grateful that my daughter is like back here to visit us in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, I'm grateful that I visited one house that I intend to buy. There are so many things that you can grateful. I also grateful to my sister-in-law to have bought me the coconut water. There are so many things you can do. Okay, think of 3 things that you are grateful for every day. Make it a point to wake up in the morning and to do it. So how much? Oh yeah, I still take my time. Is there any questions? There are so much more that I can share. There are a lot more I can share, but I have limited time. Sorry for being one-sided and not getting feedback from you guys. So is there any questions that I will be very happy to answer? Any questions? So quiet? Or you have been locked up and silent? How come this group is so quiet every time? You have been regularly coming to my event. I'm sure you do have some questions that you like to find out. I'll be happy to answer any questions. And I'm happy to, if you have any issue, write to me at tracy@well-mentals.com. I will be grateful to answer that. Aaron, you want to say something?
I'm just saying that if you got any questions, I'm just typing in. Email your questions to tracy@well-mentals.com.
I've done every month. I've done something about related to law of prosperity. Why I want to touch on this how to overcome depression. Depression is something like anything. It's like it's impacted so many millions of people. A person will suffer the depression. The first thing is like they're depressed, they're not happy, they're not living their life. So there's always a way to get out of it. So the happiness generators, the topics that I've shared with you the last few seasons, that is a very good one to touch base on the how to overcome. If you can follow these 7 secrets of happiness generators, you will live happy for no reason all the time. If any setback comes to you, it's just temporary. As I say, it's just the a setting point. You have to set your setting point has rose to a certain level. So even like issue comes to you, war come to you, yeah, you still feel you will not be sucking into that kind of energy. Okay.
Tracy, can I just make a comment here?
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to let you know, just check whether the chat is working. Tracy just now mentioned something about happy for no reason. Can be happy for no reason. How do you like to be actually in the situation where for no reason you can be happy? Not about money or what, just feel happy about it. That's a way to do that. How many of you like to be able to do that? If that's you, just type in me onto the chat. Let me know. Happy no reason. Fantastic, right? So the thing is, Tracy has actually mastered and actually doing these things, and actually came you from a study that was done many years ago, and we actually not only studied, know about this, and actually put into practice. That's a framework to do it. So if she share with you that framework and even the process step by step, the move, and we will do that. How it very clear and do the workshop step by step. If you're able to do that, how many of you will be supportive and will actually show up the next round? If there's you, just type in 1 onto the chat, please. Fantastic. Tracy, will you be happy to do that the next round?
Yeah. I just you just suggest to me any topics that you want to cover. I will be happy to do it. It's about this session is about law of prosperity. As long as anything that make you happy, make you prosperous, elevating your existence, elevating your consciousness, elevating your vibrational energy, that will make your life better, make your trading better, make your your success will be a lot more effortless. Miracle things will happen in your life all the time.
Okay, so by the way, I think Tracy spent about 1 hour plus talking about today's topic about depression, how to overcome it, how to identify those things. How will you find that useful? If you have that, you just raise your hand. I can see you raise your hand that you find useful that way. Fantastic. Tracy, you got to raise your hand now. Yeah? Okay, good. Let's give Tracy a big round of applause. I give a virtual round of applause for sharing this thing. Okay? Tracy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
All right.